stream. My name is Jules, and remember, whenever you join me here, you're one of my treasures. Welcome to what I like to call Area 5T1, where we do discuss the 5Ts on my channel. We talk about transition, we talk triathlon, we talk trends, we talk about teaching and tips. We also talk about trucks. Good news on that topic. We will talk a little bit about GemX. GemX is my 2008 Nissan Xterra, which I am doing a resto mod on. There's good news. It is back from the mechanic and has passed emissions testing. So that means this next week it will be going to get tagged. I'm going to have New Mexico tags for about a month, as I will be moving to San Diego in the next month or so. So no big deal, but it needs to be done. I can't drive cross country with, or not cross country, but 12 hours without tags. Cross country with you know, because I don't know how, you know, the state troopers are throughout other states. I know in California, the California Highway Patrol is very strict. So please do welcome. As you join me here, please make sure to hit a like, subscribe to the channel. Feel free to jump into the chat box. And also, I will ask you to please go check out the new channel. I did post the link to it in the description box. It is called At Nefarious Ms. Stories. I do it along with my friend Heat. Hi, Maddie. Welcome to the stream. And we will be talking about many types of topics like paranormal activity, stuff like that. Well, Robert, my name's not Bob. Hello, cute kitty. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the stream. Please do leave a like and subscribe. Welcome from Brazil. There, Enrique. Yeah, you can hear him hum. And yeah, he just came up to me. He finished his food. I just took him outside, and he went to the bathroom. So he's just, you know, wanting a little bit of attention right now. So please, everyone, do leave a like and subscribe. Robert, that won't be necessary. Okay, you're off the stream. Hi, Natalie. Welcome to the stream. Please do hit a like. Hey, Yadira, welcome. I just took one out of here because it kept, it must have been a bot. It kept repeating the same thing over and over. Thanks to all of you that did come to yesterday's live stream. I do appreciate that. I know my friend Heat was kind of nervous. It's her first time ever streaming. I've got a hyper Thomas all of a sudden. It seems like he gets hyper when he comes on here. If you're new to the channel, Thomas is my dog. And he is a deaf Dalmatian mix, but That's him right there. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the stream. Please do hit a like and subscribe. Next week on the Saturday stream, we will be going on the other channel, and we will do our first live stream that will be about cold case. So, we're not going to be trying to solve them, but we're going to give the history behind them. So it'll be fun. Hello, Megan. Welcome to the stream. Well, thank you. Please do hit a like, subscribe if it's your first time here. Remember, on this channel, we do talk the 5 T's. We talk about transition, we talk about triathlon, we talk trends, we talk teaching, and trucks. Speaking of which, for those that are just joining here, I did wear my GemX t-shirt as the GemX came back today. It is running fantastic, and thank you very much, Megan. It is running fantastic. It did pass emissions today, so hopefully I will probably go to what they call, most states call it the DMV. Here they call it the MVD, the Motor Vehicle Department. I will go. They have these other places, and so I like independent places. They'll charge you a little more, but you can get your tags there. I don't know if I'll go there or I will just go, make an appointment for Friday at the MVD office, the actual state one. Hello, Ioka. Welcome to the stream. So that should be done. Oh, Loca. I didn't see the L. So please do leave a like, subscribe. Sounds good, MB. Welcome. Which one are you meaning? Do you mean the regular MVD, or are you talking like MVD now or Express or anything like that? Which one do you suggest? And mine shouldn't cost that much. I mean, the car's paid off. I don't know how much the taxes are here, but I paid $1,500 for it. Tags won't be much. Past emissions, that was done today, and it's running great. Okay, I'll do that. I'll make it for Friday. I have the whole day off Friday. I'll just go from there. Yes, it is in Area 51 right here. And then I do have my UAP and my alien. But that's why we do reference the channel as Area 5T1, because we do talk the 5 T's on the channel. We talk about transition, we talk triathlon, we talk trends, teaching and trucks. I've been putting together a video of GemX, so I'll probably film a little more. I'm doing it in parts, and then I can just splice it all together. So talking about it coming back today. And I will probably post it next week because I do want to do a couple more things to it. I do need to go to Harbor Freight, look for a couple of things so I can mount the roof basket. I'm gonna try to get it solid on there. Thank you, water treatment. Dihydrogen monoxide, isn't it? please do leave a like, and if you aren't subscribed, please do subscribe. And that's for everybody here. We welcome everyone here. Please do keep your comments respectful. And I always call it that. Someone said it once, and I love it because yeah, that's my dog, Matthew. Do you think I'm gonna fall for that? I can see everything behind me, Matthew. My camera shows me everything behind me. People really must think I'm gullible. You know, I think it makes them look more gullible that they're trying to play jokes on me like that, because they don't realize that I'm with the camera. I can see everything that's behind me. You know, since I'm filming off my phone. So it's you know, they're proving themselves to be, you know, I think they're really proving themselves to be more of the idiot, you know. I'll just be straightforward this time because you know, this Matthew guy's trying everything. Thank you, Amanda. And thanks, Yadira. You're doing a fantastic job as always. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the stream. Please do leave a like and subscribe. Throughout the channel, I'll probably, well, it's hard to post links here because I do want to post something to our video yesterday. Let me see. I could probably do it on our previous live stream. Okay, details. You know, I'm multitasking here, you guys. So I apologize if you see me looking at the other screen. Paste. Let's see, how can I do this? Video. Hello, hello, cute kitty. Welcome to the stream. Hello, everyone. Please, Evan Carter, welcome. Please do hit a like and subscribe to the channel. Hello, Joseph. Welcome to the stream. We're just sitting here chatting on Jules Jules Treasures, Area 5T1. As always, all of my viewers are my treasures. And this is Area 5T1, where we discuss the 5Ts. We talk about transition. We talk triathlon trends, teaching, and trucks. When I talk about trucks, I talk about the resto mod I am doing to my what I call my GemX. That is my 2008 Nissan Xterra, which will be I am doing, like I said, doing a restoration modification. Um, it um, and I just got it back from the shop. There was one sensor, the camshaft position sensor on bank A, that I'd been trying to change for so long, and it was just giving me such a hard time because of location. Then one young lady at work told me her husband was a mechanic, and for I ended up paying about $500, and he ended up changing two sensors. He ended up having to put new cables where one sensor went because they were torn up. That could have been another reason for the issues. He put in a new crankshaft position sensor, a new camshaft position sensor. Then the vehicle wouldn't turn on. Turns out a new fuel pump. And out the door I paid $500. Any other mechanic just for the fuel pump it would have been like over 2,000. So I got a great deal. So I I'm very happy. I did take my vehicle for an emissions test today, and it is doing its job correctly. It passed emissions. It's good for 2 years. Hopefully California will accept that certificate, which I doubt, but they did say it's California compliant. Millie, I don't believe in God. I'm an atheist. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the stream. Remember, whenever you are here, you are a treasure. My name is Jules. I have already gone down that route. When you talk about a savior that whipped a fig tree to come back to life in a season when there's figs weren't in season, how's he going to do that? So that's not a very good savior when he's whipping trees. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the stream. Please do hit a like and subscribe. We've got 31 days left. I'm like slowly taking everything down. You guys can see that my shelf is pretty much empty here. Elf and Boba Fett are still left here, and my lights that I use for the channel and the Area 51 sign. I'm probably going to take down the Guy Fawkes mask and pack it away soon. I got to pack everything because Cali's going to be here before you know it, or I'll be in Cali before you know it. So that'll be a good trip, and me and Thomas are gonna do that 12-hour ride. I mean, there'll be a lot of stops since he'll need breaks, his potty breaks. He can go a long way without pottying, but I'm not gonna torture him. I mean, I'd rather have him go every couple of hours. We take our time. I'm leaving on the 11th. My friend will be meeting me in Arizona on the 12th, so we can leave early, probably early on the 12th, and like early, like in the early hours of the AM, so it's not as hot. Oh, he was back in here again, Yadira. It's probably a bot. I was watching. Well, good, Amanda. We like to see you in here. No, we had Evans back in here, Matthew Evans. Um, and we just got to remember these haters and uh, people that try to spread hate on here, or they're just helping boosting our algorithm. Oh, okay, that's cool. I didn't know um, if you had come back in here. But yeah, they're just boost the algorithm. I don't know if you guys ever watch another I think and her, or I should say pronouns are actually it's. So if you ever guys watch Luxander, that's another good channel. And it does a very good job. And it today was just let the letting the haters come on, and the transphobes come on, and um, it just kept telling them that they don't have they can say it online, but they probably wouldn't do it face to face. Because these are people that just probably stay home and are online all day trying to bully people. Um, so it's just one of those things. Um, so they, you know, they can think you know, that they're good at what they do, but hello everyone, welcome to the stream. Please do hit a like and subscribe. Please, I would also say consider dropping a super chat, super sticker. I was combining the words there. Super chat, super sticker. We've been donating lately towards the victims of Kerr County in Texas, where the floods happened. I'm just waiting on last month's, what we made last month on their payout, so we can send to Megan. Correct. And we can actually benefit from them coming on here because it just helps boost our algorithm. Yeah, we can do Cash App, and usually that's how I send the money to Megan, is through Cash App. And then she will buy gift cards for the people of Kerr County. Did it? Oh wow, I hadn't. It's like I hardly watch news. Usually I watch Midas Touch. So he hadn't mentioned much today. I didn't see him mention anything about it. So well, my friend Megan, who I send the money to, and she goes and buys the gift cards. She lives there in San Antonio. Yeah, he's been doing some great work on it. Actually, I I was talking with my mom today because on Midas Touch I was watching uh, a a news report on his channel, and one of the people that recently just got disappeared, as he says, was actually there where my mom near where my mom lives, and I'm moving to, and it's amazing how people they just come snatch the people up. Um, so it just kind of worried me. I tried calling her yesterday, and she called me back this morning. And plus, I was telling her that the GemX was fixed, and mechanics actually pretty sure they'll make it to California, so um, we should be good. Um, there's just a couple of things I want to do. I want to make sure. I think one headlight bulb actually fell out because it's got these retaining rings, and this the GemX didn't have them in, so I got to order some and just put them in there. Hello, everyone. Please do hit a like and subscribe. We need one more like to get those first 10 that we will always look for. So please do hit that 10th like. Um, and then then we'll try to work our way up to that 51, which is usually our next number. We like the number 51 in this channel. Uh, that's hence the name Area 51 and the Area 51 sign. Um, so, and the two neon lights, we kind of got the little alien theme going on in here. I do live near Roswell. So next week on the other channel, we will be talking about the New Mexico bone collector. Yeah, natural disasters are always a big thing. Yeah, to worry about. Let's see how it goes, because as always, organization by higher ups it's very crucial. I did do a video where I talked about and if you guys want to go back, I did do it through StreamYard. Through StreamYard, I did a video on how disaster response is done. Also, I did do a StreamYard with Megan Connor, and she's the one that's been going to Kirk County, and I did a little slideshow on how disaster response is kind of planned. It's always a good thing to know, because there's steps to it. I know it because I used to be on the disaster response team with the Department of Health and Human Services, and my original job coming here to the VA here in New Mexico was also to be what they call on a clinical deployment team. And it would have been at times of like stuff like this, like floods, but go and help people that for the VA or veterans and their families. So the government has systems in place. I know right now things are they're trying to leave things to the local authorities, but usually the way it works out, it's kind of like they call it the incident command system. And for example, if there's like a say there was a large car accident like out here down on the main road from my house, and there's say a 10-car pileup, and there's a responding unit, say first ambulance and fire truck show up, say the first one to get there. Thank you for the 10th like. So let's work our way up to 51. So the first responding unit, the highest ranking person on there will become what they call the incident commander. Then they'll call a multi-casualty incident, because they might have to call 5, 6 ambulance, maybe more fire trucks. And then usually a lieutenant or a captain will show up. Once the captain shows up, they take over being the command, and then they start getting whatever resources are needed. Are they going to need helicopters to transport people because they're very injured? Are they going to need, is this going to take so long that they might need food? Welcome, Jason. Welcome to the stream. It may take a long time, so the responders would have to, sometimes have to take a break. Usually Red Cross kind of takes care of that, and we'll, call them McDonald's and kind of put things off to the side, and so that's kind of how incident command works. And so there's a bunch of levels. Also, communications officer. Then you get someone that's a public information officer, so they can release information to the media when the media does show up, because they're on the scanners and they're on it right away. And so they'll show up, but and you need to have one person that'll handle the media. So and PD will be there like security, um, so they're not people like trying to get into the area. So yeah, that's kind of how in like a flood zone how it would work. The first responders from that area will handle the incident command system at first and start calling for extra resources. But then the, the federal government, they should, they call aid, mutual aid from other local areas, and then the federal government moves in too. Yeah, he does that all the time, especially when I leave to work. I always see him do that. Sometimes I'll come home from work and I don't know how he lays on this blanket. There's so many holes up here because I have it just up with like little tacks. Because there used to be blinds on that door. I need to go buy some new ones because some white and black dog decided to um, tear them down. So I am gonna have to measure them and or go buy some at Lowe's. I'm a Lowe's person. So and that's a blackout curtain. So if I ever fall asleep during the day, or I should say, if we fall asleep during the day, because if I fall asleep, he's just laying right next to me. Um, so I like my blackout curtains because then it's dark. And then, but he just lays on it the right way, and next thing you know, it's down. Sometimes I'll show up from work and it's down, and so everything's like totally visible into here, and I don't, and luckily, the only things of value I would have in here would be my computer. My TV is very old, so I wouldn't worry about that, but I'd worry about my computer and certain other items. Um, so welcome to the stream, everyone. We can, as usual, we can be very casual in here. We can pretty much discuss any topic as we usually do. Like I said, GemX is back running fantastic. I am so happy. Passed emissions on its first try. I even told the guy there, I'm like, it just came back from the mechanics. And then he asked me, so have you driven it a little bit? Because I guess when you take it to the mechanic and they fix it, they eliminate the codes, but it shows it in the computer somehow that you've eliminated those codes. So you're supposed to drive it for a while, and then so the first thing I did after that camshaft is of all the parts that were swapped out, what I did, I went down to AutoZone. They didn't have it. I ended up going to Walmart. So I needed to buy two things at Walmart. I wanted a bottle of Cataclean. It's just an additive that you add to your gas tank. And it helps clean out your catalytic converter. I've already done 2 bottles before of it. So I wanted a third one, and I might even add a 4th one as I'm going to California, just to keep it every couple of months, keep doing it just to make sure the emissions are kept clean, and maybe every oil change I'll do it. And so I ran a bottle of Cataclean. I bought this spray that the guy showed me that it restores your bumpers. Fantastic. To their, to looking new. So he showed me, he tried it out on my bumper in a couple of spots, and I'm gonna go get GemX washed. The paint job needs some work, but I will get that bumper looking good. And be driving to California in that. Then next Friday, of course, I will make the appointment to MBD to go get tags. I'll get my chili pepper tags. Those are what I want, my Christmas tags. So I have a red chili pepper and a green chili pepper. And then when I go to California, I'm gonna get those black and yellow ones that I showed with saying GemX on there. Uh, so it'll be, you know, it'll be cool. Hello, Chang. Welcome to the stream. You're on with Jules. Please do hit a like. We are doing well tonight. We're doing fantastic. Um, thank you. This bang just started hanging down, so I thought I'd leave it. Give it a different look. It does that. I can even pull one out over here and kind of do a two. It's in your name, isn't it? No, the bang. That's what he meant. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the stream. Please do hit a like and subscribe. If you are new in here, we're going at a good pace today. We're only 30 minutes in at a 200 views. Algorithm's been pretty nice. I know, it's the ones that are hard, it might be difficult to get as much views, but we've already, on the new channel, we already have several subs. We've been watching it. I think we're already up to like 17 or something. Are you? Oh, you're because of your family? Yeah, I do things, because that's who I am. I gotta be myself. Where are you at, Cheng? Oh, are you Amish? Oh, okay. Well, I know people that are, you know, um, or have transitioned in Utah, in St. George, Utah, and look at, um, that's probably, that's a state full of Mormon, it's majority Mormon, which is probably one of the biggest, um, I would say it's probably one of the religious groups that, and I was a member for many years. I, I, I do have, and they've just passed one of the worst um, anti-trans policies from a church. Why? Because of who hits on you? Yeah, I think that's just a matter of being able to defend yourself too. I mean, if I was still here in New Mexico, I would get my concealed carry. And in fact, here in New Mexico, you can open carry. Um, Let me see who that is. I'm sorry, you guys. Okay. When I go hiking, I always open carry. Oh wow. Hmm. Yeah, I love that I started transitioning. I feel much happier. It's more of a gender euphoria rather than the dysphoria. Um, I'm glad I've done what I've done. And I'm passable when I go out in public. Yes, at work, I still need to, um, you know, come out. Oh, what do you mean? We're discussing. I just mentioned my history in the church. We weren't discussing it like in depth. He must have jumped in as I was discussing my time in the Mormon church. Victor, it's just many of us are atheist agnostics. I mean, don't follow anything. So, are you telling that to me, Chang? I've already been through that, and it just there's other things that if you look at. Oh, you're talking to Victor. I'm sorry. But yeah, Chang, I've been. Yeah, well, we can, we'll talk, but like Yadira said, it's not push it. Yeah, and mine, it's like to me, I don't believe in there's any person up in the sky. To me, it's what's called the light of reason. It's a it's an example of the Apollo 13 mission following the light of the Terminator line on the Earth that was able to guide them using you know, basically the the crosshairs of almost like a scope in the lunar landing module to be able to get back down to Earth. So, I that's my friend's example, and I really like that one. No hate here. We're just all giving our what we believe in besides some, man in the clouds that controls everything that happens here. You know? Because if it's supposed to be, such a, if he's supposed to be someone so good, why did he create cancer that kids end up with? That's because and that's only because we ask these questions because we get people that do come in and try to push things on us. You know, I've never said anything about blocking you. We've just explained that we just don't. Well, thank you, Victor. I'm going to tell you guys something Thomas did today. He did his job, you guys. Well, thank you, Victor. Thank you for those compliments. Thomas did his job today, you guys. My friend, a couple of times she's gone to the laundry room here, and there's been like homeless people she keeps finding in there. Uh, and today I was out, I had taken Thomas out and I went to get something out of GemX, and we went into the laundry room and there was two homeless people in there. And she said when she looked in there, it was two guys. And when she looked in there, she said it looked like one of them was peeing in the trash can. And we left. We stood here in front of my apartment, which is directly in front of the laundry room. And then the two guys left. And they're homeless. They've got characteristics, and you saw them leave outside the apartment building and kind of work their way down. There are many homeless down on this channel on the main road, and later on, one of those two homeless was sitting on the steps right outside my apartment. Um, and as I took Thomas out, Thomas went nuts, barking at the guy. And because, Thomas doesn't hear, but he senses other things. And then he was yanking on the leash and wanted to go up the stairs to, because I think he just sensed that it was something wrong. And he wanted to start going up the stairs, and I had to pull back on on him and then take him out because I was taking him out to go potty. And and as soon as I got him out towards the lawn, that guy took off. You know, I think he scared them off. Sounds good, Yadira? Yeah, so he took off. Um, so he did what he do. You know, that's what dogs do. They're supposed to watch over the house, you know. But then when my friend and I, after we saw these guys and then they left in front of the building, we went back to the laundry room. We're not we don't we're not ridiculing you, and there's nothing wrong with the way you are. The thing is, you know, and honestly, this is why I'm going to tell you one of the major reasons I left any faith or lost most of my what you would call testimony of God being true. Because if God was a loving God, why would he have created hate? Religions preach hate. I'm not, I'm not, I don't try to bring up anything hateful about your experiences. I honestly, all I'm saying is that on my end, my personal experiences, I was a, I grew up Catholic, I converted to Mormonism, and all I found that both religions and going, even reading the Bible as a textbook, I did that in college. We used to have to write essays on it. And, you know, religion and the Bible teach hate. Whether you just believe in him, you know, it's flat out when you read it, it's you know it doesn't prove that there's a really a man in the clouds that teaches, you know, that exists. Kelly, Carmen, I've already tried. I said I was a member of two of the largest churches and in the world. In fact, one of the actually one that's probably the richest. And no, you know, I can't. You would think all I got was I got gaslit. You know, that's what we're here for is to um you can you can express your experience here about being trans. This is a safe place to be who you are. You know, that's why I created my channel. I even have what it says here. You know, this is a safe space. Lamb of God would probably make a good euro, huh? Um, but yeah, I mean that's what the whole basis of this channel was. One, at first it was just to, go through my transition, but, kind of record a journal of it. But then I started adding on to it, talking about different topics. And I was big into looking for a good name for it. And that's when I found Area 5T1 because I'm big into the number 51. So that's kind of how it came about. And yeah, I mean, we have a variety of people here, and I have a um, I mean, my channel over the past year has grown. I mean, a year ago, we were like less than 500 people. Now we're at 2406. And it's definitely taken a dramatic change. And but we have allies in the even I have people here that are cisgender, straight, and are allies to us. I mean, some of them haven't been in a while, but they continue to watch the channel. So it's great to have that. I like I said, I've been through before coming out. I was I'm of Mexican descent. So, and you say you're Puerto Rican, I'm of Mexican descent, and so what is one of the biggest things they teach in Mexico is the machismo. The man has to be the man of the house. They, you have to, you know, provide, you have to do all that. Then, when I became a member of the Mormon Church, well, yeah, that's the same thing. They're a patriarchal system. I had friends who had wives that had gone through nursing school. They went to start working as a nurse, and next thing you know, they start having kids, and then they pop them out. Like I knew someone that a couple that had like 3 kids in 2 years, and they next thing you know, the person the young lady will quit her job, as a nurse to just be a stay-at-home mom. Um, so I've been through two major patriarchal systems, and both of them have taught that, bad against the LGBTQIA plus community. So I mean, there's though there's those things, especially like I said, even when I was when I was going to Catholic school, they taught us how being gay was a sin and all that, and I learned it in the Mormon Church too, and they're very anti-LGBTQIA plus. So yeah, we go through a lot of trials. And see, that's what makes it difficult. I had already deconstructed religion as I was starting to come out. You don't. You probably mean it sucks. I'm sorry. So I was starting to deconstruct religion, and I was noticing that I think at first I came out bisexual, which yeah, I did at 51, but eventually I noticed it was, I was trans. I was feeling different inside, and it started off as cross-dressing, and I knew that the church I belonged to was very anti. I mean, when I still lived in California, which I'm moving back to, and I had just joined over there, that's when Prop 8 had come out, and they were trying to add certain words to the California Constitution against gay marriage. And I was out there putting up signs. Why? Because at that time I still was in that patriarchal belief that that's always instilled in you from birth, but yet inside of me since I was a kid there was always something different that I noticed. And those patriarchal beliefs. And so I I there was lots and lots to you know that to coming out. I didn't get a chance to go get my Zia tattoo this weekend, and plus I didn't sell. Plus I had to pay for my vehicle and get the emissions test. There is something I'm selling. They'll probably give me the money for that. MB did leave. I noticed that Megan is streaming right now, and I know she's a big fan of Megan Connor, which has been a guest here on our channel before. And she's had some very good topics lately. I wonder, kind of saw what she was talking about. Let's see. Oh, it's about she's on, yeah, she's on her channel, and it's her, Randy Watts, and Gene Judson, who it's two gentlemen I talked to. On all three of them are on the channel on Latter Daily Digest that I join into on Tuesdays, but they're talking about an SA appeal denied in Arizona to the someone that it is LDS. So, oh, it is live call-in. Oh, that would be in. So welcome everyone. Welcome to the stream. You're on with Jules. Please do leave a like, subscribe. And jump into the chat box with us. We can chat. We haven't done it yet, Victor. What makes you think we will? The only reason that we would be if something, if you look at Yadir's and Jason's comments, they always state, first of all, we try to, we want to be respectful towards each other. Yadira did state, hello, Darkness. Welcome to the stream. Day's been going great. Please do hit a like and subscribe if it's your first time in here. And that's that's one thing we try to prevent in here is transphobia, homophobia. That's what we prevent it here. And I can say I have the goats when it comes to my moderators. Well said, Darkness. Like Darkness says here, never worry about what others say. Yeah, and like Jason said right there, well, and that's fine, Victor. We won't judge you. We're here, like we said, this is a safe space to be who you are. So, you know, even on Fridays, we're trying to get people to come on here and we can chat on StreamYard. And we're not here to judge you. What you have to do, you know, you have, and here darkness says it again. Treat others how you want to be treated. Now, you know, help those in need and give with no motivation. You know, just for example, one of the things I do in the winter, I went out and handed out beanies and gloves to all the homeless. You know, it was what I called, we called it a mission of reason. And this is, you know, and I purchased those with my own money. Okay, thank you, darkness. Thank you, Amanda. The thing is, being trans, we are a very small portion of the population as it is. We are really, I think it's 0.9% of the population. And I don't understand why people even try to spread hate on us when we're such a small percentage. I think they just don't understand us. Yeah, GemX is all good. She's back today. Running great. Passed the emissions. I went right to the emissions center to get it tested. Actually, I ran by AutoZone first, and and threw a bottle of Cataclean in it, just in case, you know, they tried to, you know. And I was going to go back to the same emissions place to try to do it last time, and it didn't pass that. But I ended up going to another person because um, they they weren't open. So after you throw the bottle of Cataclean in it, you have to drive 10 to 15 miles, and so I went and drove around for a bit. Um, Took it to the emissions shop, and um, yeah, passed right on the first try. The guy, I even asked the guy, "Am I will it pass in California?" And rather than the federal level, and I think that the California standards are higher than federal ones, and it passed at the federal level. I mean, at the California level. He changed it to California compliant, and it passed. So I'm glad. Yesterday I started filming a video about it, so there'll be a GemX video coming out soon. I'll probably film a little portion of it, kind of talking about it being back today, because I did. And on Friday, I'll probably film a little more, getting it as I go to the MVD to get it. Yes, that's what they call the DMV here in New Mexico. They call it the MVD. And I will go get it. Hi, Trinity. Welcome to the stream. Please do hit a like, subscribe if you aren't already. And I will get it titled and tagged. So, so it'll go to California that way. Unfortunately, I'll only have New Mexico tags for, what, a month? Yeah, you know what? I was driving around town. I've been almost a year without tags on my vehicle. Uh, and for, I mean, a few months back, I got pulled over by APD, and the guy was so nice. He just entered the VIN number. He checked the VIN number to the vehicle, make sure it wasn't stolen, and he actually put a note in the computer. And so I guess so I wouldn't, so they would know that it wasn't a stolen Xterra. And today when I was out driving around getting the mileage on the vehicle, I was being followed by a cop. I thought I was going to get pulled over for sure, and they pulled out of my from behind me and just went and turned left. I was like, okay, but no, it's running fantastic. It's got a very smooth idle. It just, I mean, I've even taken up all the way to hit I took it in the fifth gear. Mine's a 6-speed. And the mechanic said that's hard to find is a 6-speed manual transmission in Xterra. And so I took it out for that drive, and then and it did fantastic. I took it up to about 55, 60, and yeah, it did its job. And it didn't ever, what would happen, it would backfire. Even if I cleared the code, it would backfire all of a sudden. And then it would trigger the check engine light again. So, because I have a little computer, and so it triggered the check engine light again. Well, it turns out that the sensor was bad, but also the wiring was bad. He had to go buy a little pigtail to fix the wiring. So it might have been that it wasn't driven for so long that there might have been vermin in it that ate through the wires. And I gave him 2 sensors. Oh yeah, it was dirt cheap. Because then after he got the sensors done, he couldn't turn on the vehicle, and he could only turn it on with the spray that that goes in. And it turns out that it needed a new fuel pump. So I had already given him $250 for the sensors, and then actually I gave him $260. I told him just keep the change because I had $260 in hand. And then he he told me he had to drop the fuel tank to put the new fuel pump in. Then I asked him, I'm like, how much is that going to be? And he only charged me another 250. Most places will charge you about 1,500 just to drop the fuel tank. So I found a good mechanic. So, 500 bucks for what he did is inexpensive. So, I mean, now really, thanks, Jason. There is like the front fenders and the hood will probably need replacing because if you look at the hood, you can tell there's hail damage. And there is hail here in New Mexico. Sometimes they'll have hailstorms that are really bad. I remember the first time I traveled to New Mexico, they had just had a really bad hailstorm, and you would walk by some cars and they had like dents like this big from the hail. So it actually there's like small hail dents, and up top of the cab. The thing about it being white, and if any of you buy a white car right now, or usually white, they've tried to make these water-based colors or water-based paint. And what's happening to all these paints is they're starting to chip off really easy after a while. You'll notice to newer cars because they're trying to make a more environmentally friendly paint and make it water-based, and it comes off quickly. So it is having little bits of paint come off, and it's not rusting though. So there's like it hasn't had much salt exposure, but it's more yeah, there's just a lot of small ones, and the fenders have some damage. Uh, and then on the passenger side, there's like someone must have taken it off-roading, and it's got like on the rocker panel, kind of goes up, and then kind of goes up like two dents. So he must have hit two pretty good rocks. I'll get a rocker panel or a rock slider, put it there, and it won't be noticeable. I do plan on getting it painted. Someone just did subscribe. Thank you for subscribing. Please do hit a like if you haven't already. So I will be doing, eventually we'll get a paint job. And anywhere that looks like rust, it's actually patina. So there's a difference between rust and patina. Patina is just, it does look like rust, but it's smooth. And it's easy to get rid of that. It's actually something good because it prevents rust from happening to your vehicle. So it's got a little bit of patina around the windshield and like the passenger side. So everywhere the paint's chipped, it's got patina. Well, thank you, Victor. Welcome everyone, welcome to the stream. You're on with Jules. Please do hit a like and subscribe to the channel. Feel free to jump into the conversation with us over on your computer. It'll be over to my right, probably your left. Or if you're on your cell, down at the bottom, feel free to jump in there. So Yadira, you're back. Everything okay? Please do feel, if you would like to, drop a super chat or a super sticker. We do donate right off the top. 30% goes to towards charities. And this month we will be doing 20% to Kirk County flood victims, and then the other 10% will go to Animal Humane New Mexico. Yadir has pointed out that yes, you can send it via Cash App, and any money is right now that I'm sending towards Kirk County. I am sending to a friend, so she purchases gift cards and gives them directly to the flood victims to be able to purchase items for home. I'm sorry. I'm just kind of, I thought that was a text message. I was making sure. So yeah, we, that's what we've been doing. What, like I said, 30% straight to charity. Then, like I said, 10% will go to where I adopted Thomas from. And then from there, we use it just to cover our overhead, anything we need for the channel, internet bill, and if it can cover the power bill, towards the power. It could go even to any supplies we need for other things. If we're gonna do a video working on GemX and we need certain supplies, yeah, we'll use it for that because the video is going on the channel. This week, like I said, I'm gonna film a little bit more towards the GemX video, and then I will Friday, after I go to the MVD, get my tags, I'm gonna go to Harbor Freight, purchase a couple other things that I want to purchase, because when I put my roof rack on, or the roof basket on, I want it secure. I'm not just gonna do the 4 little clamps that they sent. I want it secure. I mean, it's just, I do want, I'm gonna get 4 extra U-bolts. So, not yet, Victor. I move on. My last day at the VA here is in September, on September 10th. So we're a month away. Because August has 31 days, so yeah, we're about 31 days away. So yeah, if you guys notice, shelving units starting to get empty. The only 2 things I have up are Alf and Boba Fett here. My 2 neon lights here. I still have this lamp, but this lamp is going. I'm gonna keep the ring light here. I will be doing what they call medical specialties over there. Medical specialties is a variety of things in the VA. It'll be cardiology. It'll be cardiology. I know some podiatry. What else? I'm trying to think. I don't know if it'll include also pulmonary. So it's going to be a variety of specialties. It's not just going to be one. So that'll be fun. Actually, I'm an LPN, but working for the government, it pays pretty good. Hello everyone, welcome to the stream. Please do hit a like, subscribe to the channel. We are trying to make it to 2,550 subscribers, and we're working our way there. We're about 140 away, so let's chug along at that. Tomorrow we will be back on again at probably at 7 because I usually get back. The good thing is I will be driving myself. Before I was in the past week I had someone was driving me to work and then I was riding the bus back. Only have you if you have more than one channel, Victor. Um, that's the only way. I know some. I know some people that do, and you know, I was looking at that, and sometimes it doesn't help the algorithm as much, um, because the algorithm can pick up where you are. It, yeah, basically where you're based from, and that's what it kind of uses to kind of spread the channel algorithm and who to send it to. So if you're, you know, unfortunately, they say it's not a thing that really is advantageous. That's from what I read on YouTube. On a YouTube, I think I watched. So I've been trying to watch some videos where I can find out how to get, just how the algorithm works, how we can get more viewership. Um, I mean, we've gotten 16,000 views in the past on one video, um, or on a stream. And in fact, I was looking back and we've had like 17 on another one because I was looking at old streams. We had several weeks where we're getting in the tens of thousands. I think the highest was in the 16s. Um, but I don't, you, the the algorithm kind of can work for you and work against you at times. So it's one of those things. Uh, a friend of mine the other day got 88,000 views on her, I think on her stream, but she has a much bigger channel. She has, what, 20,000 subs. So, the channel is that at this moment is a difficult one, Victor. I work for the federal government. So who's the ultimate boss in the federal government? You kind of got to look, this year was when I was definitely gonna have to start, presenting at work. And certain things got changed. And on top of that, I have because the way we work things is right now I work in primary care, and and it's not easy, no. And in primary care, you have a doctor, you have an RN, and you can have an LPN, or what they here in New Mexico, they can also do a health tech, which is almost like a CNA, or a medical assistant, I should say. And then you have a certain registration person and you have a social worker. And that's what they call a packed team. And so then what happens is my RN, strong conservative, very extreme right. So, I mean, there's several other trans people at work. Well, not here in New Mexico nor in California. That's the thing. You got to look at it in a state by state basis. Also, Letty, welcome to the stream. Make sure to hit the like button. Doing wonderful. Thank you. Um, like here in New Mexico, it's a very liberal state because you have two large cities that are liberal. And you have several small towns that are very LGBTQ friendly, but there's a lot of people on the right. So like my RN, she's from El Salvador, but she is a hardcore um, a conservative. And there's other trans people that work there at the VA, and I guess she encountered one of them, and she called that person. I don't know if they're male to female or female to male. She called them an it. I know someone that's non-binary and uses or I watched someone's channel here, and they're non-binary, but they use their pronoun, they use it and its. Um, so it's difficult when you have something like that. She called them it. She called them it. Yeah, she was talking to someone about it, about this trans person, and she called them it. Not, oh, trans woman, or when I was talking to her, and she's extremely. I was talking to her about a friend of mine in Florida that I'm not saying that was, or about her, about my friends that's lesbian, and oh boy, you should have seen how that ended up. So yeah, I mean, coming out right there, that would be, uh, that wouldn't be the right place. And you know, like she would be she's the type that, um, for example, she's an extreme Catholic. I was Catholic, so I'm not saying it's something that's wrong, but being a nurse, if you're told to provide treatment to someone, you you should, you make an oath to provide the care and everything to your patients. But she would refuse. If she was ordered to do like a depot shot to someone, she would not do it. Correct, Letty. That's well said. Yeah, she was talking about it the other day because they're starting to put more women into on our team, on our panel, and she said she wouldn't do a depot shot since it is birth control. And I guess she was talking about an experience at some other hospital where the same thing had happened. And I just, I don't know, I can't understand. Like I said, it's your, as a nurse, you're supposed to be holistic and look at every part about a person, but you're not supposed to judge them by what they're asking for in treatment. And it's like, nowadays you see these people that what there was a, like that bakery where they didn't want to make a cake for the gay couple. It kind of goes to that. And in the medical field, you should not be doing that. Um, well, it it's To me, this is a place where I can, one, I find being a nurse, um, you're an educator, and I feel this is where I can find a place to educate people about anything that they need to know about, being trans, being any part of the LGBTQ community. Of course, I'm not an expert about it, and I'm not going to give like professional mental health advice, but that's one of the things is trying to help people and maybe steer them a certain way that they can, seek help if they're having something with, being LGBTQIA plus. Yeah, and I have to work with her every day, and hear this from her, and I just let it go by. I don't, I don't. I even for when I showed up there, I was wearing a pride lanyard. I have a pride lanyard. It got dirty. You could see that it was, I'd been wearing it for a while. I just need to wash it. I should probably just put it back on before I leave. I mean, this is someone that. How many of you know what a shamag is? Did anybody know what a shamag is? Um, I know you guys probably heard the story back in the winter, but here in New Mexico, the winters get cold, really cold. I have what's called a shamag. A shamag is an Indian scarf, and it can be the military, the out in Iraq and Afghanistan started using them a lot because they can use them to, you can wrap them to just cover your face, and you can have your sunglasses on, and so that if there was any sand blowing in, just your eyes would be exposed, and obviously sunglasses or goggles would help you cover it up, and it would actually kind of curve out this way. If you tie it the right way, it just kind of comes out like this, blocks the sun, and obviously covers your face from the sand. And I have several of them. I have them all in my little to-go bags. Um, and they also work for, they're 40 inches by 40 inches. You can use them for, there's a lot of uses. You can use them for shade. You just tie paracord to the bushes around you. And then you can make like a shade. You can use it as a sling. There's like hundreds of uses for these things. And one day I went to work, and it was snowing, and I wore it as a scarf. But since it is something common that is used by um, people from the Middle East, also, it's basically it also some headwear for certain like sheiks will wear them and stuff like that. She questioned why I was wearing that. She's all, why are you wearing that? Hello, Katie. Welcome to the stream. Thank you, Ern. Welcome. Please do hit a like, you guys. If this is your first time, please do subscribe to the channel. We're trying to hit our I'm sorry, MB. I'm getting blind, you guys. Last week I was supposed to go to eye doctor and get a new prescription, but I had to cancel. Obviously, I needed to get my vehicle to the mechanic. It's another MB. I have an MB that's just spelled M and a B, and then I've got MB. Hello everyone, welcome to the stream. Please do hit a like and subscribe to the channel. Um, we're having a great night tonight. We're at 2,407. We're trying to work our way up to 2,550. So let's try to make it there in the next 30 days. Okay, I'm going to say 20 days. So I do have a little gift here. I've shown it before for a giveaway if we hit 2,550. It will be, I would love to have it shipped out before I go. That can be difficult. Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be I'm obviously like with my family. I need to come out to them. I mean, here has been fantastic. That's why I would have loved to stay here because I've been neat here. I mean, I stream and everything, and wow, Jason, I didn't even get a chance to see them, and so it's gonna be, because I need to be able, be able to continue with my stream. I do want to, over there, I do want to get a small office with a warehouse, and just a warehouse where I can pull in the GemX and work on it. So I could have like an office studio. So no, my workplace is large, and now in the specific area I work in, I believe it would be like there's modules, but there's other modules where there are people that are in the LGBTQIA plus community and other departments. The I mean, the VA campus is large, so it has and New Mexico has a very large LGBTQIA plus community, especially here in Albuquerque. We have a very, very large presence. There's a LGBTQIA part of town. It's called Nob Hill. In San Diego, you have Hillcrest. Here, it's Nob Hill. So it's very LGBTQIA friendly, and I didn't find that out till because living in Florida, obviously it wasn't, and I was moving out here, and not till like the last 2-3 weeks that I decided to look that up. She's very conservative. And that's the thing. She's very conservative, and how and it also comes from her faith. Okay, professional, let's not get into this because Jesus didn't exist. To me, that's my belief. That's fine, Victor. You have a great night. Cameron, there are it's LGBTQIA plus because it is there. You know, there's multiple, um, you know, things that they're finding. I mean, like they've added the I because that's the intersex population. Before that used to be what someone would call a hermaphrodite. That's someone that's born with both sets of organs. You know, and that's what's called intersex now. Some people are asexual. They're not attracted to either, um, you know, to either gender. So I mean, that's there's many uh, ways people feel. That's the thing about the LGBTQIA plus. It just it can be really, Benji. Well, that's why they've said plus because they've gone to that point. I mean, you know, and even I don't know, Cameron. That's the thing is because things are change. It's, I mean, how many different? Let's look at it in the shapes of cars. How many cars are there out? Models of cars are out there. How many different um, trucks does Ford make? You know, how many different trucks does Chevy make? And why is the Chevy one different than GMC? I mean, it goes in many ways because, and then once again, now they're going to start bringing back smaller trucks. So now they're going to add more models to their. So it just, it does grow because there's, they do more research. People do more research. They discover that there's more to it. Hello everyone, welcome to the stream. Please do leave a like and subscribe to the channel. You are what we call Area 5T1, where we do discuss the 5 T's. We talk about transition, triathlon, trends, teaching, and trucks. Feel free to jump into the chat. Natalie, that is fine. We're still here. We'll probably go. It's already 8 o'clock here, my time. Maybe we'll go till 9. I do have to shower, and then go to bed. I'll be able to start going back to work. You guys, what was hard was last week is going to work later than what I'm used to. I like to get to work early. And then when you're working on someone else's schedule, it's difficult. So, now that I've got GemX back, she's running perfect. It'll be nice to be able to just drive on my own. So it'll be great. Oh, that's awesome, Jason. Yeah, I got 4 10s. That's what my shift is. Now in San Diego, I'll be doing 5 8s. Go ahead. That's fine, lady. You It might be something that I know already that I've noted. I, I've kind of like, I was watching, that's awesome, Natalie. I had my first, my first wife, she played both also. She was very musically talented, like musically inclined. You know, her voice, her, and the with instruments. She could play the flute and the piccolo also. Which I know takes great skill. I am not a right brainer. I know, see, I'm a left brainer. I'm analytic, um, and that's a right brainer thing because it's more of something that's art. Ah, okay. I will tell her about that. I'm doing great. Alp, welcome to the stream. Please do hit a like and subscribe to the channel if you aren't already. It's live. We did our first live stream on, oh, we did it yesterday. Um, it went well. I felt there's still, sounds good, Jason? Yeah, I think there were just some, there's still some kinks to work out on the channel. I know, um, that I know incorrect pronouns were used a couple of times. My dead name was mentioned because that's how, when I met my friend, I had, um, but you know, it's gonna take time. She definitely, you know, since the our little, you know, our characters on our stream, um, you know, on our little thumbnail, and you know how my character obviously, hello Universal, please, if you're new to the channel, do hit a like and subscribe. Uh, so, um, when uh, I made that using AI, that thumbnail, uh, I I entered it and it popped my character up with a boonie hat, hence why I wore the boonie hat on the stream. And sure enough, she says that it fit me right since I wore it on the stream. She says that you should wear that every time. She's all, it like fits your character. So I think I'm gonna start doing the booty hat on that. I mean, I think I had asked when I did AI, I think I had said I told AI to put a Panama hat on her. Uh, Hello, welcome everyone. Welcome to the stream. You're on with Jules. Please do leave a like and subscribe. Um, this week, at least by Friday, do watch for. I'll be adding a new GemX video now that it's back. Um, it's been driving fantastic. I took it out for a long drive today because I did throw a bottle of Cataclean in it. Um, I I also. Like I always say, if I talk about a product, it's not because I'm sponsored by them. It's just because it's a product that I like to use. Um, also, I took it to get my emissions test done, passed emissions. So time to go get title change and tags. I'm sure they're going to charge me a little more. I have been driving without tags since, haven't changed the title since October. So we'll see how that goes. Thank you, Jason, for subbing to that channel. She keeps getting excited when she sees, even though we're like, right now I'm looking at that channel, we're at 14 subscribers. She gets so excited when she sees like at least one more sub. I'm glad, and one of the big reasons I started doing this collaboration channel with her, was because uh, she wanted to start her own channel, yet uh, she was having, like, she had the idea for it, but she didn't know how to do it. So I started, I said, I'll help you out. Maybe we can start a channel together. And I said we can, start bringing some of my subs in there. And, and it took us a while. We did brainstorm a lot of ideas. Remember, I brought, okay, I will tell her. I'll probably. She did text me just a little bit ago. She's one of the last text messages But she's getting excited just that we're in the double digits of subscribers. And I told her, I said, really? I said, when I started my channel, the amount of subscribers we have now on that channel, I didn't have that many till my second year. But I had only done, like, my first year, I only did one video. My second year, I did 5 videos. I hadn't started live streaming. So, and that account is actually attached to my email. So to my Gmail, I made the Gmail on from my computer, but I gave her all those passwords so we could both go through there. So, and then we'll, hopefully we'll get, they no longer have the lower, before YouTube had, for a while, started letting you, once you reach 500 subscribers, they would allow you to start getting in the partner program at 500. 500 with 3,000 watch hours. Now they're, and then it would upgrade more once you hit 1,000 subscribers with 4,000 watch hours. It's back to where you have to only, they'll only have the thousand subscriber and 4,000 watch hours. So it's gonna take time to get there. I told her we just have to hit one stream where we do where we can we do well. I mean, it's gonna take time. Hello everyone, welcome to the stream. You're on with Jules. Please do hit a like, subscribe. If it is your first time in here, consider dropping a super. We are donating 30% right off the top to different charities. 20% will go towards the last 2 months we did 100% was going to victims of the Kirk County floods. Right now we're going to start going back to where we're going to be giving 20% to the floods and 10% will go to where Thomas was adopted. So they can, because they're having some, they got a lot of pets there recently from the floods here in New Mexico, and they're needing some money too. So I'll make sure our donations get spread around. And it was funny because they did a little that the kittens took over the place and put the manager in charge of the whole place in a cage. It was pretty funny. I got the emails, so I want to go back to donating to them too, because it's we got Thomas from there. And I say we because we're all one big family here. And he's been fantastic. I mean, I couldn't have gotten a better dog. I wonder how he's going to do on this 12-hour journey, but I'm sure he'll do great. The only thing is, as he encounters certain other people, I'll try to keep him kind of, when we stop at a gas station, I'm going to try to keep him, go somewhere kind of private so he can go. And he's kind of gets a little hyper when other dogs are around. But I don't know, he's not being aggressive towards them. I think people just perceive him. I don't know, I think he's trying to communicate, or try to express himself since he can only feel his own voice. He can't hear mine, he can't hear other dogs barking at him. So I gotta make sure I have his paperwork out in a place that is accessible. I do have his little tag that he's got his rabies shot. I have a folder that the rescue gave me. Yeah, he gets really excited, but I think people take it in the wrong way. I think they take him as aggressive. But I think he only shows that, I don't want to say he's aggressive, but it kind of shows that dominance today when he probably sensed something was wrong with this person that was sitting on the steps that didn't belong there. So it's like any other dog. They're gonna watch over their owners, and he did right. I didn't that I didn't mind him doing because this random person was sitting on the stairs. Then they walked over to the laundry room, and we had found several homeless people in there, my friend and I, earlier. And it looked like they had urinated into the drain in the laundry room because there was a big puddle that was flowing down that direction. Um, so go Thomas. I mean, he did his job. I mean, that's why people get dogs. You know, they say they're your best security system at home. My the house, the condo I'm gonna go live with my sister and my mom. There's an elementary school across the way. Um, he won't hear those kids. He may sense them, but he won't hear them. Now, see, with my parents, the only issue, or with my mom, or with my family, they're not used to having an indoor dog. The good thing is San Diego has great weather. Great weather. He's gonna get a little doggy mansion of his own. You know, so because my sister was already asking me, does he need a dog house? I'm like, well, yeah, he'll need one. And so and he's got plenty of pillows. He's got like 4 pillows. No, no one should pet your dog unless you give them permission. Yeah, yeah. No, you should, they should ask you, can I pet your dog? Because you never know. I mean, Thomas is kind of picky about people. Yeah, parents should. I mean, Thomas is picky about people. He's got, like, he can sense good and bad. I don't know. It's certain people he'll bark at, others he won't. There's a young lady that walks 2 little miniature greyhounds out here, and they she actually asked me to approach Thomas, and I was kind of hesitant, but no, and then he just, her little dog barked, he was barking, but she was cool with it, she's all, it's obviously somehow they're trying to communicate, and she was like no big deal. And the other day I had him out, he was doing his business, and uh some young lady had her little dog, I don't know what it was, and she was coming towards where you throw the dog poop into the container. I had him held fine, and she's been out there several times that he's out there, and I told her, I'm like, go ahead if you want to bring your, come over here. I said, I'm gonna take mine in. And she's like shaking her head, no, no, no. I'm like, people just need to, he's friendly. At first he may bark at you, but he's friendly. There's another neighbor that he barked at, but he comes up and pets him. I mean, he's not an aggressive dog. I think he's just misunderstood. Now, I don't think people, especially the ones that don't know that he's deaf. I do have another harness for him, and it's actually kind of like this backpack that I'm giving away once we hit 2550. It has molly webbing like this, and it's got all kinds of little pouches attached to it in case we ever needed to evacuate. Guess what? Thomas has to carry his supplies. You know, that's the thing. People need to have their stuff ready for their pets too. People never think about that when they prepare for disaster. Got to be ready for your pets to go. My Tom has a little canteen on his harness. I did a video on it. I know someone always says that they learned a lot on that one. And then you gotta put treats in another pocket and food into another pocket. You gotta have your pets ready to go, because you know, even if you evacuate in your vehicle, sometimes your vehicle is only gonna make it so far. Yeah, that's a little go bag. I built that first aid kit, so trust me, it's gonna be you know, once we need 143 more subscribers, then uh, we'll do the giveaway. So if we can do that in the next 20 days, we could do the giveaway before I leave to San Diego. I'd like to have one less item to travel with. Um, yo, I'm a person. Well said, Jason. I'm a content creator. Really, I think you're pretty much admiring what you came in to see here. You know, that's the thing about that. I was watching a channel I like to watch on Sundays, and it's on Wednesdays. They stream also, and goes by Luxander. Um, Talks, you know, does great live streams, um, and same thing. They get the same haters, and today we're stating like, you know, let the boost our algorithm. Thank you. You know, and all they do is come in here, you know, maybe by different names, you know, and they're probably people that probably couldn't stand up to you if they were in front of you face to face, because um, all they do is probably spend their time on the internet trying to bully someone, probably because they were bullied themselves. You know, exactly. Exactly. I totally agree with you on that, Jason. You know, when you look at people's names that they use here online, and then that they'll turn around and use the same name as others, I mean, it's, you know, like you said, it's amazing that they go far. Exactly. Exactly. And then they'll go onto their channel and, you know, or if they have their own channel, and try to, um, you know, get their friends to come over here. Hello, everyone. Please do hit a like and subscribe to the channel. If you're just joining here and it's your first time, do subscribe. Um, My name is Jules. All of you are my treasures. Uh, Whether you're visiting or you're a longtime subscriber, you are always a treasure here. Welcome to what we call Area 5T1, where we do discuss the 5Ts of the channel. We talk about transition, we talk triathlon, we talk trends, we talk teaching and trucks. Today, I have mentioned the truck portion a lot. A lot of people always question if I'm talking about my Nissan Xterra, why would I call it a truck? Well, actually, a Nissan Xterra is actually a body-on-frame SUV based on the second generation Nissan Frontier. So it, it it's like it's an SUV that was built from a truck design. Um, what I am doing with it, I am going to go make an overlander from it. I just got it back from the mechanic today. I just want to make sure I can get it to California safely, driving safely. And yeah, he says that he asked me today, "Are you going to drive that to California?" I said, "Yeah." I'm sure how great a mechanic this guy was, he would have probably told me, "Oh well, I don't suggest you drive that." But no, he looked it over, top to bottom, front to back, replaced a couple of bad sensors, and hi Desiree, welcome to the stream. Yes, it is a very, very nice vehicle. Um, there was rumors that we're going to bring them back. Now, the thing is, if they would have brought them back, I don't know if they would have made them in the same configuration. So many SUVs nowadays, if they bring them back, they make them crossovers or unibody. And the thing about the Xterra was that it was body on frame. It was, yeah, it was heavy duty. It was that's the thing. Body on frame was perfect because it was based from a truck. And there is one guy that bought an older one, and he's online right now. I don't mean he's like streaming or anything, but you can look it up online. And he is building one. I don't know if he bought an older one like mine, and he's shaping it to look like what a one would look like right now. So he might be molding in a Nissan Frontier and into like an older one, or maybe he's taking a Frontier and making an Xterra, trying to do something to make it look different. Thank you for whoever just subscribed. We are now at 2408. So they're trying to well, they just unsubscribed. They're trying to make a new something to see what a current Xterra would look like from the current trucks. Mine, I actually want to do. There's going to be a few. There's going to be one body modification that I want to do. I'm going to try to get original with it. So I do have to find an 80s Nissan truck hood, because there's going to be something from that I'm going to integrate into my GemX. Oh, no. Mine, what I'm going to do is integrate. If you guys know if you guys go back to the 80s, in the 80s, Nissan made, they call it the D21 hard body. That was my first vehicle I ever drove. In fact, I had the very first year it came out. And it was a well-built truck that Nissan made. I mean, Nissan makes, all their trucks have always been well built. They still are. Now, one thing about the hard body that it had like thicker steel when they were making it, and the bed had like double walls, so that's why it was called the hard body. Or there was something distinct about the hard body. And what was exactly, and they're not as strong as people think. Those Cybertrucks. Now, the hard body had a distinctive look on the front. They changed it a little later into the 90s, but I think one of the most distinct features the hard body had was three air vents on the front. And for the first year, the year that I had, the air vents matched the color of the vehicle. I'm going to look for a Nissan hardbody hood that has those air vents, and I'm gonna get those grafted onto a new. I got since it has all that damage from hail on the hood. I'm gonna buy a new hood, and then I'm gonna try to get that grafted in. Um, Probably shouldn't be too much. It's just gonna be a little bit cutting, and I'll take it to a body shop obviously to do it. There's a lot of custom body shops that'll do that in San Diego. So I'll get that done. I know I'm kind of, but it'll take time before that one. So it'll look a little different. The new Pathfinders and the Frontiers have gone back to having those vents on them because it was something that the made the hard body popular. So they made what's called the Nissan Frontier Hard Body Edition, I believe. And the Pathfinder one had a Pathfinder also back in the 80s, and it had them also. Until one year in the 90s, they kind of took the three air vents out and made this little bubble on the hood. I didn't like that. You know, there's it was one of those things that gave the original appearance to it. But like I said, in time we'll see how that turns out. I will probably buy the two hoods, and then just take it to the body shop and have them to, do that, and then take it home, mount it myself, and then from there. So welcome everyone, welcome to the stream. If you're just joining us, please do hit a like and subscribe. We're probably going to go about for another half hour. We're at like the 2:23 mark. Probably going to try to do a 3-hour stream. I work tomorrow. I'm getting up early. I get up at 5:30 a.m. I'm leaving the house by 6. My vehicle had been in the shop. It's back, which I'm glad. It'd been needing this fix for a while. I was tired of it. Like, some days I'd be driving to work and make it to work and back for a week, and it was fine, and then it would stall. The next week it would stall every day. And it needed to pass emissions, especially since I'm driving California in about a month. I'm moving out there. So, good morning, Jennifer. We're catching up to our last live stream. We're only about 30 away. Now, it's not going to put us in the top 10, not unless some of those larger streams drop. I thought even coming on at set, but no, I came on at 6. I thought it would have given us a good, good quantity of people, but at least we get our quality that we've been getting. Letty, are you in Cali? What part of Cali? Hello everyone, if you're just joining us here, please do hit a like and subscribe. Well, I had actually, yeah, I've been trying to fix this for a while myself. It was just too hard to get to that sensor. He gave me back 4 sensors and I had only given him 2 to fix. Okay, Central Valley, Bay Area. Okay, so I'm going to Southern. I'm going to San Diego. So, but my niece does work up in the capital, the state capital. Her office is right under Gavin Newsom's. Hello everyone, welcome to the stream. We're working our way up on likes. Please do hit a like, subscribe to the channel if you're just joining us here. Jump into the conversation. If you're on your computer, it should be off to the side. Down at the bottom on your phone, you can double tap your computer, your phone screen to hit a like. You can also subscribe there. If you're on your computer, just move your mouse over and click that subscribe button. Also hit the notification bell, so you know when we are going live. We will go live tomorrow around 7:30. It is Monday. I am now doing live streams on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. Saturdays now, we're gonna try to do the stream with Heat on the other channel. I think we're gonna try to go for 6 o'clock start. And next week's is gonna be pretty interesting. So it is about the bone collector murder, or the bone collector unalivings here in Albuquerque. What's a brake line? Brake line is it's a hose that takes fluid down to your brakes that makes it work. So yeah, when you replace a brake line, and you got to make sure that you bleed that brake. So even if you replace it, the fluid's not going to be completely in there coming from the pump. So you have to make sure that what you do is hit the brakes several times So fluid comes out that new brake line. Yeah, yeah, because if that fluid's not going in there, then you won't have brakes. It's like Jason said, it's a hydraulic type of system. So it's no fluid, it's not gonna work. Always remember, you guys, if you guys do lose your braking power, downshift your car. Downshift. Like start moving over to the right. But if you drive an automatic, put it down to 2 and put it down to 1 and let it coast um, to like 0 on its own. Don't try going in the dirt. The dirt's gonna drag you off to the side, and if you drive a manual transmission, same thing. You can downshift, and as you downshift gears, it can be for 2 reasons. You can downshift to give you more power as you go up a hill, or down a hill, it'll slow you down too. So, um, yeah, see, that's what happened with GemX. I was talking with a friend at work, a pretty new, one of our new, like, basically, I hate to use the words, one of our new administrative assistants. I didn't want to use the wrong word. And, and she, she tells me, I was one time I was talking to her and she said her husband was a mechanic because I was talking about a certain thing I needed to do in my car, and it took me several times in talking with her, finally I said, I'm having such a hard time with this. And so then she just told me, here's his number, just text him. And sure enough, I texted him, and he came and got it last week, had it all week. He inspected it front to back, top to bottom, changed the sensors that needed to be changed, and new fuel pump, $500. Can you guys tell me, have ads popped into the video? Because like there's been several times that my video like starts buffering. Nada? Okay. Because there's been several times the video starts buffering, and then it says, and then it and then and then it goes back live. So I was wondering, because now they're putting an ads automator on my channel. So I was wondering if there were, yeah, I have when I turn on the stream, it says it's monetized. So people, and then there's an ads automator where it'll automatically put ads in there. And they're both on. So I was just wondering, because I've had several times when it starts buffering, and I was wondering if that's what it was doing, playing an ad or something. Because one time I had it, that happened. I did get ads, and someone told me that they were getting ads. And they told me, and like I did get a hopefully not. Now, one of the things, like last time when I did get ads, I did get an email from the company for a certain type of shoe, and actually they were pretty nice. Uh, but I didn't get like an offer if I wanted to do, add on for, like if I wanted a sponsorship from them. Because many people will get like a sponsorship from a certain company, and then they'll, uh, during their videos, will put the ad up. Ah, okay. I don't, okay. Because verticals are considered like shorts. Hi, Purple. Welcome to the stream. Please do hit a like. If you aren't subscribed, please do subscribe. We are working our way to 2550. We are at 2407, so we're 143 away. If we can get one live, we've had live streams before where we've hit like 60 plus subs. That would be a fantastic thing if we could get one like that. And I've done that in like a 2 hour live stream. So we're coming up in our last half hour here. You guys want to see what Thomas is doing? I call this his rigor mortis position. Yeah. And I've had another dog that was Border Collie Dalmatian mix and used to do the same. She used to do the same. So yeah, she used to do the same position. I don't know if it's in the some type of Dalmatian court, because that's the only difference between him. No, only similarity between him and Molly. Molly was more border collie, but it, Jennifer, he's sound asleep because he doesn't hear me. He's deaf. I could probably yell, scream at the top of my lungs, and he wouldn't hear a word I was saying. But he does have his sign language. He knows 3 signs now. I'm trying to work on one to get him to, when he does act up, to get him to be quiet. Yeah, he's gonna have to give up that space, because you guys know that's where I've been sleeping for the last 2 years. And since I never got my pod over here, I never had my bed. The good thing is in 31 days, I would have a bed waiting in San Diego. Now my pod, I will have it shipped out there, and then that bed's gonna go bye-bye. Because when the pod gets out there, there's gonna be stuff that I'm just gonna get rid of. Prep here is easy. I don't have much stuff to move. There's a lot of stuff I'm gonna get rid of. This TV I've had over 20 years. It's like one of the first this is the first flat screen I got. It is 1080 DPI. But that's when like this was what, a 42-inch, and I'm in my living room. My bedroom's always been like storage, really. So like TV's going. I do have a little surround sound system. I'll probably take that with me. It's Bluetooth, so I can use it with my phone. Obviously, my computer's going with me. I mean, like I have two lamps like this, just cheapy Walmart ones. I'm gonna put them by the dumpster. Whoever wants them can take them. Um, I have this gray one and a black one, and then um, I mean, like right now, I'm hardly even using this one. I should already put it out there because I'm using my ring light more than anything. Uh, this desk that I use for the computer is gonna go. Um, so there's uh, and then my dining room table is gonna go. It's I'm probably just gonna put it. I was gonna try to sell it on the marketplace, but you know what? I'm just gonna put it out there so someone will grab it. Uh, yeah, I'm just gonna have it shipped to California. There's just a few things that I'll need from it. Like I have bedroom furniture in there. That bedroom furniture I don't need it. There's already bedroom furniture. That room that's my nephew's has his bedroom furniture in there, and I'm just gonna buy that from him. So I'm gonna call my friend. He's got an F-350. We'll just throw everything in the F-350 and take it to Goodwill. It's mainly the stuff that's in it. Like I've got a ton of hats. I'm a hat person. Who's Yeshua? And then I've got my bikes, my bow, my crossbow. Um, yeah, it's a futon. Hey, Huggy, how's it going? We're going on our last like 20 minutes here. Glad to see you here, though, always. We've been talking a lot of GemX because it's back from the shop, working nicely, past emissions, uh, inspected front to back, top to bottom, should make it to Cali. Uh, Fine. My mechanic did a fantastic job. I drove it around a while today. It didn't misfire at all. He said the coils are fine. I had bought all the coils for it, and he said they all looked good. He even looked at the spark plugs. He said they looked clean. I had bought spark plugs and coils for it, and I still have them here. I'm just going to keep them, and then when I get to Cali, replace them. I have a friend, my best friend out there. He's a mechanic. He's actually gonna meet me in Arizona. So when I get out there, I'll buy new spark plug cables or wires, and we'll just redo it one day, and then the next thing we'll be working on the lift. Lifting the truck. Oh, it's running smoothly. I shouldn't say that, but that's true wood, and some metal around it. But yeah, it was shifting great. So Friday, get tags. I'm just gonna schedule a MVD appointment tomorrow at work, and when I have a little bit of extra time between patients, and just gonna log in there and schedule an appointment take the title that's been signed, this is the person that signed the title. Didn't know what he was doing. It said, sign here, print here. He signed both sections. Yeah, and I'm gonna take it, I'm gonna try to be taking it easy on it. I'm gonna, you know, just frequent stops, make sure, just to make sure it, um, and of course, I'm meeting a friend of mine in Arizona where um, it is, um, and he's a mechanic, so I'll have a mechanic with me. So, and he lives out there. He grew up with me out there in Cali. So that'll be good to have someone in case anything were needed to be repaired. We are coming up on 9 o'clock. Let's see, we got about, I'm going to give it about 10 minutes. And I'll probably close off in 10 minutes, which will make it like 2 hours and 56 minutes. So I can get ready, for bed as I do work tomorrow. Another 4-day week. The hardest part about my 4-day week, even though it's Thursdays, Thursdays, what happens is that's the day I usually prep my charts for the next week, and they keep pulling me to another doctor. So I can't prep my charts for my patients. And I used to prep 2 weeks ahead of time, but then they're always changing patients on me. So I've kind of stopped prepping because it's just, if they're going to keep changing your patients, or like one person told me, like was saying, like her doc will call in sick all the time, and they have all this prep done, and then for nothing, because then they have to cancel all those appointments. All those gift memberships have been going a long way. That everybody gives. I think I do want to say, everybody, thank you for those. Those have really helped. I mean, and it gets people in here. I think that's what's a cool thing. Because we have like 45 total members. I know some of them will only be members for the month that they get free because someone else bought it for them, but it's still, and so I do have to start doing some videos on there. I do have a Patreon. Do you know, it's been probably months since I've done something on Patreon. It's just, you have, I don't know, understand how people do like Patreon, YouTube, TikTok, Twitch. They have like 5 platforms, and they're posting something over there on all of them. it's hard for me to, post on each one. Good night, Jennifer. Thanks for being here. Do they? I see, and I try to. Well, I'll do shorts from time to time. You guys saw how I made that one with AI with the X, with the GemX, and then I did the one with Thomas, uh, learning his sign language. Um, it's just, and I do have a TikTok account started. I just haven't posted anything on it. Now she wants to, I think she wants to go develop and start doing stuff on TikTok. But I don't know. I can do shorts here, and Patreon. I have to get back into doing that. I think have a one sub over there, and I'm probably lucky to still have them there because how long I haven't posted on there. One thing I am trying to get for the other channel, I'm trying to get some people, I don't know, some of you have watched me on Latter Daily Digest, um, and Randy on there has a lot of paranormal experiences. He actually has, like, he has had experiences where he has been able to feel the presence of others that have passed on. He was a police detective, and they actually used him for that on some cases. Yeah, I know they do that, and the thing is, I would have to figure out which part of my videos would be the best part to post. You know, like I know, like with right now with the with the Gem X videos, I could probably post some of it because I have started recording it in sections. And I'll like pause it or stop it, and it'll be like a bunch of little sections. Yeah, I know, and some people will take part of their video. Um, Today, oh yeah, I did get some Wendy's on the way home from doing all the errands with getting Gem. After getting Gem X, as I took it to get its emissions test. Oh well, I went to AutoZone first. I went to and Walmart because AutoZone didn't have what I needed. I looked up and Walmart did have it, $2 cheaper. Uh, to get the Cataclean. I mean, it's 26. It's a $25 item for one bottle of it. Um, Went from there. I drove around for about 15 miles to get that stuff circulated through it. Then the guy, actually, he ran the. I think he ran the test or looked at something on the GemX, and he said, "Yeah, this will pass." And then so he went ahead and ran the test, and it passed. And then I went back and I was looking for what to get to eat, and I had thought of Wendy's because there was a Wendy's in the parking lot of the Walmart. I was craving a burger, and the thing is, my appetite's shrunk. I always get their Dave's double, but I couldn't even finish the. I asked for one, and then I asked for a single. That would, and I get my burgers nice and plain. I don't like much on my burgers, if anything. And I got a second one. I wanted a single for this guy here, spoil him a little bit, and then he got like a section of mine, and they gave me a double for him. So he was a happy camper this afternoon, and then I had told him on my combo meal instead of the drink to give me a vanilla frosty. Well, they gave me both. I know I was charged for both, but oh well. And then I came home. So I am just waiting. Let's see. The cash I'm gonna get from. I'm just gonna say from a certain item that I have to sell before I leave to California. I'm going to use for getting my tags. So, and then I had already talked to one of my neighbors, and he says his boss was really into them, and he called his boss, and his boss was looking for money that day, and he never bought it. And I was bumped into one of my other neighbors that's very reliable, and I told him what it has, all the accessories, and he's like, so I'll buy it. And he's very trustworthy. So, that'll be, I told him $400. I think I got it for $750, but it's already like over 10 years old, so. But it's hardly been used, so. Yeah. Well, I think we're going to have to start closing down shop here, everyone. I do want to thank you for joining me here on Jules Treasures, Area 5T1. I have to go and get ready for bed. I do work tomorrow morning, start off my week. Of course, it's always a 4-day week. I'm sorry, Letty. I would go on longer. We will be back tomorrow, though. Hi, Elia. We're about to close shop down because tomorrow's Monday. I gotta go work. But we'll be back tomorrow. I'm gonna try for 7, if not 7:30, Mountain Daylight Time. And I will, and then Tuesday will be the usual on Ladder Daily Digest. I've become a regular there. I'm having fun there, and then it's okay. We still love having you here. You know that. I saw that, Letty. But I do want to thank everyone for being here, joining me here. Remember, if you're just joining us, please do hit a like, And if this is your first time, do subscribe to the channel. We are at 2,407, trying to work our way up to 2,000, 5,050, and we will do the giveaway for the little to-go bag that I have ready here. I do want to try to get this giveaway done by the time I move or before, so let's try to make it to those 2550 in the next 15-20 days, and then it gives me about, it gives me, like, we'll do the, give it, I'll explain the instructions how to do it. Gives me a chance to look for a program that will like randomly pick the person. I gotta look for something like that, and then I will do a video showing that, and or we can do it live stream. I'll figure out how to do it, and we can go from there. Thank you once again. I'm Jules. All of you are my treasures, and you are in Area 5T1. Have a good night. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.